golf courses are unnatural, you know, and if we really cared about the environment, golf would be a different game. Because it's just huge, you know, waste of resources. And I like golf, but the amount of water, pesticides, chemicals, all of it. Disc golf is like you just put the basket there and then suddenly you have a course. So it's and it's not charging. Yeah, you're not making someone rich by playing disc golf. $20 for a Frisbee is a much more approachable thing. And so I think that's why it's spread, is because you don't have to make this huge commercial investment, make it part of your identity through all these commercial things. You can just be authentic.
Leaf Life.
Welcome to the second half of this Leaf Life show called Disc Golf. In just a moment, we'll get into slinging weed and how cannabis and disc golf go hand in hand, literally. And we'll spin AJ's wheel to see what products Steve Olson, who's the co-owner at CANNA Organics here in Washington, to Cannabis Farm on the peninsula, the Olympic Peninsula, and he started playing disc golf 25 years ago. He's this show's Greg the Guinea Pig. AJ, spin that wheel and see what he's going to be hitting next.
All right, y'all.
He's excited. I love when growers are excited to smoke other people's weed.
Oh, yeah, always.
And you know who else was like that, which is a rarity, was Sean Danae.
Yes.
She was excited to smoke the different weed that we had.
Totally.
And you know, because if you brew beer, if you make cars, you try other products. You get in a different car. And, you know, I love all weed.
100%.
And trying different flavors, it's a good characteristic.
Man, I know so many companies have some of my favorite flavors from just like back in the day. Like, you know, you can't grow them all, and so it's tough. I love seeing things that I like, and just old flavors.
So Washington Bud Company has these awesome 6-packs in the market. I love that you got 6 joints to share with friends. This is the Afghan hash plant.
They got old school stuff. That's fantastic. I love her. She's such a sweetheart.
And she's part of the Cannabis Alliance, which is something that the Leaf supports as well here in Washington for legislative change. Because we're not legal yet, you know, we can't home grow here in Washington. Depending on where you are, Leaf Life's downloaded in 47 countries. Weed's probably not legal everywhere. So, you know, there is a lot of work yet to be done.
No doubt.
And it starts through normalizing through things like disc golf and cannabis.
This is good.
There you go, boss.
That's
Thank
good.
you, Washington Bud Company.
Sure.
All right, so slinging weed. Where is the role of cannabis in disc golf? We all know most disc golf players like to use cannabis when they're on the course. I mean, it's fun, man. You get high. It's a stony game. There's really, unless you're competitive, there's not a whole lot of pressure, but there's got to be a marketing secret in there somewhere.
I don't know, bro. I mean, maybe it was just really like legit birthed as a stoner ass thing to do, like just throwing a Frisbee into a pot, like, you know, and it did start in NorCal where it was just like those weed, you know, mecca forever. So
where legal weed started as well. You
know, it's funny with me though, like, you know, when I go out and play and I'm really honing in on trying to get better, like I got a little limit out there. I'm not trying to get too baked. And I do know a lot of smokers that are just like, I do not puff out there. Like, you know, it's crazy. There's just, if you can hit that sweet spot of like the zen where a lot of it is just letting your body do what you know your brain needs to without over convoluting it on the tee pad, which is what you'll do all the time. You're seeing that tree and you're just like, don't hit that tree. And you're thinking about it before you go, and rather than letting your body do what it's supposed to do. So yeah, there's definitely like a zen and a sweet spot. So yeah, or if like I get through the hard patch in the beginning, I'm like, all right, now we're smoking, or yeah.
I think what makes disc golf great is the lack of marketing. It's very hippie, back to earth. Like golf courses are unnatural, you know, and if we really cared about the environment, golf would be a different game.
For sure.
Because it's just huge, you know, waste of resources. And I like golf, but the amount of water, pesticides, chemicals, all of it. Disc golf is like you just put the basket there and then suddenly you have a course. So it's and it's not charging. Yeah, you're not making someone rich by playing disc golf. $20 for a Frisbee is a much more approachable thing. And so I think that's why it's spread, is because you don't have to make this huge commercial investment, make it part of your identity through all these commercial things. You can just be authentic
County parks are much more friendly to that. Yeah, it's easy peasy. Yeah, and usually one of the local organizations will run everything. They'll do the maintenance, take care of it, set up the tee pads, you know, get people to sponsor the different baskets. It's community based for sure. Like
not for profit. You know.
No, it doesn't seem like. Yeah,
sounds like not for profit, but for family.
Totally.
However, it is a profession. And like I see cornhole on ESPN, for fuck's sake. That is not a sport.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Wow.
ESPN 8.
Okay. I'm like, what?
There, yeah, totally.
But when is disc golf going to hit that level?
I mean, dude, there's definitely people making six figures
off
of their tournament winnings and their sponsorships.
Wow.
It could be more, because I remember back when I first started playing, hearing that like some of the best were making about that much. Guaranteed now with some of these people, like how many sponsors they have and how big the disc companies are getting, these people are doing well.
And there's tournaments with purses.
First, when you get
like
up
prizes.
there, absolutely. Oh, big time, yeah.
How much?
Oh, man, I don't know.
How much would you win by winning an international tournament? $5,000?
Don't quote me. We could Google that real quick. I don't know. I'd want to say the right number because, yeah, I'm sure the pots are decent sized.
Do you have plans to compete yourself?
No.
His brother did. His brother's competed a bunch.
Totally.
A bunch of tournaments all over.
Yeah.
But I tell you, bro, you could get a high dollar sponsorship with that mullet. I just know it.
No doubt.
I just have to make the game match the mullet.
You just carved it a Nova in the side, dog. You make some scratch, brother. But there is a capitalization too. There is going to be, huh, Wes?
Yeah, there is money in it. I guess like golf is about, you have to have money to participate. And so it prices out a lot of people.
For sure.
And whereas with the disc golf, most people who play seem to have a backpack full of discs too. So like when I started going, I didn't spend any money. I just met some friends at a park and they were like, here, use these couple of discs and we'll figure it out. So that barrier to entry is different.
It sounds more like basketball, y'all. Why wasn't it called disc basketball? I guess it doesn't.
Because it's like 300, 400, 500 feet you're throwing it. Maybe not just from the free throw line. Yeah.
But
once you get up close.
Yeah, well, like you see basketball courts always get used. And so I think that's what.
And you can bring a ball, you know, just like, and then the whole community's playing. Like
that's basically the feel. Yeah. They put it there for people. Everybody just gets to show up.
Well, and the skill involved. I've seen some incredible videos where people are like, it's got the hook and the slice, and you have to put proper angles. And I've seen things where people throw completely opposite directions, and it just does this crazy hook in the air.
That's what I'm saying.
And they make it in the basket. Yep. And it's like, that's more why I think it's like golf. It takes a strict amount of discipline to know not only like aerodynamics, but your own body dynamics. And I need to throw this exactly this strong at this angle to make it to that exact spot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's precision.
That's like the zen of it, where you like, you know exactly what you need to do, and if like you throw that perfect shot, feels so good. I mean, and there's that dopamine, just like with golf too. When you crack that thing or you make a really good shot, it feels so good.
Does it feel as good as this herb? Because bro, I feel so good right now.
I'm very pleased with both of those joints.
Yeah,
awesome.
They really do have a good body effect, y'all. Like,
do we have to wait to smoke another one?
Shout out.
So with
Washington Bug Coat.
So with 5 new courses or whatever the number is going up every day, the sport is growing in popularity, and you think there's going to be a time when, you know, they're like ladies' clothes that are designed for disc golf. In fact, Wes and I are sponsored by Grassroots California, the show is, and we wear their hats on every show. And they just did a whole disc golf line where they did the pins that you put on your shirt or whatever of a little basket. And they actually have a hoodie that is designed for disc golf with little pockets in certain areas, a place to put your discs. So there is kind of a marketing, the marketability to disc golf that I think is yet to be understood. Discovered.
They're the ones to tap into it, man. I love them. I remember when they first started popping up at festies way back in the day. That is so dope that they're doing that.
We love Grassroots.
Yeah.
And you guys actually have your own branded product that the LCB originally pushed back on, Liquor Control Board here in Washington.
What was that?
Well, you guys released a disc.
The rolling trays. It's not a disc.
Yeah. So it's the rolling trays.
I love it.
In
That's
in the
a rolling
70s,
tray.
it was prevalent.
Yeah.
They'd separate out their seeds on those.
That's
No
it.
way.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I don't know, but I'm so stoked I just learned.
That's old school stoner trick right there.
Yeah, so the term lid for buying weed referred to like the lid of a can, but also would be used for a Frisbee. So people would turn the Frisbee over, break their weed up on it. And, you know, you guys at CANNA Organics love, obviously, disc golf and weed, wanted to put out a disc for people to be able to buy, bud tenders or people in the industry or consumers. And the LCB said, you can't sell a Frisbee golf disc because that is paraphernalia. And, you know, there's this, you know, goofy rule that says you can't have T-shirts, can't have anything that alcohol companies can.
It's
so you guys were genius. You just said this is a branded rolling tray.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
100%.
Dude.
Yeah, go have fun in so many ways. Yeah.
And that kind of spirit is what embodies.
If anybody wants to check these out, yeah, these are some of the different.
Pass one over.
He's heading to disc golf silver. Go on, Wes.
Y'all
Leaf
gotta get
Life
on
V2.
YouTube to see this, but yeah, they're really look how good it goes with our branding.
So
Bum, bum.
this is one of the misprints, so I kept that one.
Oh,
for sure.
dope.
Oh, that
The
one's
double
cool.
up,
I
yeah.
love the misprints, bro.
Always, yeah.
So you were going to say about the spirit of disc golf, Wes?
Well, I think the spirit is just like with cannabis. It's a little bit counterculture. It's a little bit renegade. And I think that's perfectly embodied in a rolling tray
Yes,
that happens to be
straight
made,
up.
Goes
made
hand
for the
in
course.
hand. Our dude Ryan, you guys met Ryan when you came out.
Yep,
yeah.
your CE bro.
CE bro, yeah. He definitely spearheaded all of this. Yeah. He's the one that came up with the idea for the rolling tray.
That's
I like
wonderful.
this. Okay, wait, CE bro. You guys said it like y'all both knew this term.
Oh, that's how I hadn't heard it before. That may have been Ryan on the fly because he's good. He just, yep. So
That was how he introduced himself.
As
He's
opposed
very
to
sweet.
CEO.
he runs
did.
kind of like a lot of the operations that don't come necessarily to the products themselves, as far as like the joints and packaging and what they have. He does almost all or other organization for the farm. So
Really taking care of the team.
He's
I
awesome.
learned from
So thankful for
interviewing.
him.
You guys hand out like $25,000 a year in snacks for your and
Wow.
food. You guys have coffee and drinks for your team and an herb
love
garden. So like they're actually growing. Yeah, they said in the article, it's funny. Ryan said that the team didn't like vegetables, you know, so
they went for
started
herbs.
growing herbs so that people can, you know, spice things up. And I thought that was very. It says a lot about your company that your break room is stocked with snacks, that you care about your team, you're growing something other than just weed. You know, these are all
You're
like,
growing family. You're growing community.
I mean, I'd say like 502 is an industry where you can have a lot of turnover. You know, people might just realize that maybe this job's not what I want to do. But we've
502 in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Or just anybody looking at weed and going, hey, I might want to do that. But then when they realize you're like, oh, no, you really are like, you know, you're trimming all day. Maybe someone doesn't want to sit. Like there's some turnover. But we've had most of our employees for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people for well over 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
and you
Yeah.
take care of them.
Yeah.
And you're in a smaller town where those jobs mean a lot.
Totally.
And that was something that Ryan made sure to share with me. And you know, it is a choice to work with the plant, and it isn't always glamorous. It
For
is
sure.
the life of a farmer.
Yeah.
It is hard work every step of the way. And so when you support your team and support the plant, that is shown in the quality of the products because people care at every step of the
Totally.
process.
All
And
the
that's a lot
different-
different than
Sorry.
corporate weed.
All the different crews really love each other there. Like, yeah, the team's tight.
It's a vibe, brother. All right, Steve, now it's time for you to play
Love.
Strain or Cigarette.
Oh, shit. What?
Now, take a deep
I'm here. What
breath
is this?
And guess. Is it sticky icky or yucky ucky?
Okay.
This is Strain or Cigarette.
My guy, looking a little baked over there, bro.
That's what happens when you come here.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. It's not an accident.
100%.
Just means it works.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Rick is just jealous. We have to wait till the show's over.
what are you
Oh, is
talking
that
about?
why we're not just like
Yeah.
okay.
Chiefing up.
Okay.
Well,
Understood.
look, I did a dab before the show. So,
It's actually more like out of respect for the building. Because we you know.
let's not go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strain or
We're
cigarette?
good.
Steve, is this a strain of sticky, icky cannabis? Right, we're moving out, by the way. Yeah, we're getting our own place.
But yeah,
Is this,
I'm being
is this a
respectful.
strain of sticky, icky cannabis? or is this actually just plain icky? Strain or cigarette? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Here you go, bro. Number one. LA Lights.
LA Light?
Strain, lights.
Lights, plural?
Plural. Yes, correct. There's a spelling bee. What the fuck, bro?
Well, it makes a difference because if it's
Origin
gonna
of
be, if it's gonna be an NL Northern Lights reference, it's gonna be lights. If it's gonna be a cigarette, it's gonna be a Marblite or some shit. So,
matter.
So if it's lights, then yes, I think it's weed.
There's a lot going on under that mullet.
Dude.
Let me tell you.
You're totally right. You're right.
He's a thinker.
Analytical.
Incorrect.
Oh, man. And I kind of,
LA Lights is a cigarette brand. Established in 1996 in Indonesia, it's a Djarum type of tobacco, also known as clove cigarettes.
Wow. I was confident in my logic. I need to
Number two.
Tone it back.
You're good. You got this.
Okay, thank you.
Number two. Grandpa's Breath.
Oh, definitely weed, yeah.
He's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Can't fool anybody here, right?
That's Washington.
That's
Washington
a cannabis
bread.
strain.
Washington bread peninsula.
Grandpa's Breath is a semi-sedative, indica-dominant strain that provides functional relaxation.
Yep.
Some stanky.
1 for 2, bro. Yeah, GMOs. They're obviously a very stanky-danky strain.
Yes.
Grandpa's mouth odor. All right, number 3. Americano.
Americano? Ooh. Cigarette.
Not only is it's a cannabis strain.
Okay.
What?
Not only is it a cannabis strain from Canada that is a cross between Northern Lights and skunk hybrid.
Wow.
It is named for the American consumers it was designed to attract.
Sweet. Good tactic.
Yeah.
What? Is that a tactic to get us to buy weed over the border?
By the way, can we call a cannabis strain from Canada Cannabis?
Oh.
Hey.
Cannabis. I like that.
Yes.
We used to have the
That's a good one.
Beasters from BC.
Good, Jim.
Cannabis.
Hey, Steve,
Okay.
brother. Where can we find you on social media and Canna Organics?
Okay, so Canna Organics on Instagram. My social media.
With the CS, right?
Yes.
Okay. And your personal? My guy's taking a sip. He's all ripped off those joints. You all right, bro?
Washington Bud Company.
You gonna throw up, dude?
No, soda down the wrong pipe.
Are you gonna sling it?
Soda, one of
like
those
a disc?
soda blurps.
Yeah, totally.
It's all
Okay,
good.
Canna Organics.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Wow, bro.
Baby.
You realize we're talking to the entire planet right now, right?
I don't want to jump.
And when Wes said we're downloaded in 47 countries, that was like 6 months ago. It's like 57 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Kazakhstan. What's
Holy
up,
cow.
y'all?
Okay, well, I held it together. I didn't cough my brains
Good
out.
job.
Belarus.
Good job, friend.
All right.
Indo. Your social media handle, my guy.
I don't do any social myself personally.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Canna Organics?
But yes, Canna Organics.
That's it.
You know, our website, cannaorganics.com.
My G.
We're on Instagram as much as we can be. Feel like we're somewhat shadow banned, but we're there.
Like
if
everybody.
you follow us, you'll see our stuff.
And what about your mullet? Does it have its own Instagram page?
Definitely not.
It needs it.
No, I don't think
Definitely start that, bro. Okay? All right, my brother. Thank you so much for being on the Leaf Live
Thank you so
podcast.
much. I appreciate you guys. That was a good time.
Hey, Wes, guess what next week is?
Is it?
It is.
300?
Show 300.
Wow.
Next
Drum
week's
roll,
300. Wow.
please.
6 years in the making.
I brought my toga.
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 I'm not sure.
Toga. Toga. Toga.
Show
like
300.
The movie? 300?
Wrong movie, Jerry.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
You're
we
thinking
did.
Animal House.
Yeah, we both did.
I'm excited. Are we going to smoke
right.
300 joints?
Download this and all Leaf Life episodes at leafmagazines.com. And please subscribe on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2. Now get ready for another episode of Stony Baloney, which is also available at leafmagazines.com. And please be kind to animals.
Your hosts for Leaf Life are Mike Ricker and Wes Abney. Leaf Life is produced by Mike Daly. Some of the music heard is provided by purple-planet.com. Every bit of cannabis you use is female, so please respect the ladies. Leaf Life is brought to you by Leaf Nation, featuring Alaska Leaf, Oregon Leaf, Northwest Leaf, Maryland Leaf, Utah Leaf, Northeast Leaf, and California Leaf. On the shelf now in your local retailer. Now, please stay tuned for this week's edition of Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Your time is now. Humans have been walking upright for nearly 200 million years. The average lifespan of a Neanderthal was 32 years. The number of people that have existed over this course of time is, well, a shitload. And through all of that, you are here now. The fact that you are reading this now is proof. Yes, your imagination can do wondrous things, but transcend the physical plane of time is not one of them. You have consciousness, and you have the body to transport it through this reality, which means you pretty much have what we can assume almost every dead sentient being is no longer experiencing, which is life. There is no life in the past. It doesn't exist. There is no life in the future. It doesn't exist. What only exists is right now. And you got it, friend. Mozart is not here now. He lived 32 years. Christ, John Smith, Nefertiti, their energy has manifested into other forms. Yet, you still possess the core reactor, that spark that sets the heart pumping nutritious blood to every cell in your body. You are surrounded by skin. The entire thing moves at the will of your thoughts. Isn't it amazing? And a day will come where you will be gone, and time will roll on for another 200 million years plus. You are armed with sensors, nose, ears, eyes, mouth, and skin, everything necessary to flow through this one and only journey. Heaven? You mean there's something better? I'm not convinced. So let's apply our focus to something tangible because time is precious. And that's waking up tomorrow after a healing rest for another unfolding day of breathing quality air. And while we're on the subject, you can't breathe without lungs. And cannabis gives those sponges a good Rain-X coating of resin, which is good. Hey, Bob Marley did not die of a lung disease. And if it didn't get him, it ain't getting nobody.
Stony baloney. These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.